Most of the time, he amended. Sekhmet! Darius hollered, storming through the great hall. He headed for his mother's audience chamber, slamming through the gigantic double doors that dwarfed even his 6'5" frame. At the far end was a low dais upon which his mother's throne chair sat. Empty. Behind it, the backlit waterfall filled the room with the soft glow of light and the soothing sounds of running water that did little to calm his nerves. Looking around, he willed her to appear. "Damn it," he growled when she didn't. There was no telling what problems the delay was causing on Earth. Ravenscroft did not exist in the same dimension as Earth. Therefore, 10 minutes to him could be days by Earth standard. Given the strength of that calling spell, he didn't think Earth had the luxury of time. Unable to quell the sense of urgency pressing in on him, Darius paced back and forth in his mother's audience chamber, impotent rage seething beneath the surface of his otherwise calm facade. After several hours, he finally felt the shimmer of power behind him and turned to see his patron goddess materialize on her throne. Though she was centuries older, she appeared to be as young as Darius, and her beauty never failed to take his breath away. Today she was wearing a long, flowing aquamarine gown, cut low to show off her ample bosom, and around her neck she wore her diamond necklace, from which hung a simple golden orb that radiated such brilliance it could have housed the sun. In truth, it housed something far more precious to Darius. "Where have you been?" he demanded without preamble, his eyes on the orb. "I'm fine, thank you for asking," she said coolly. "I'm needed on Earth. It's urgent, so if you'll restore my life essence." Her green eyes sparkled with a temper Darius knew too well. "It's a sad day when a son can't even be civil to his mother." Darius bit back his snarl. "Good morning, Mother," he said with exaggerated politeness. "I must say, you are looking spectacularly beautiful today, as you do every day. Your smile brings sunshine to an otherwise dark and dismal existence. The songbird's sweetest melody pales in comparison to your— Stop, before I forget how much I love you. I was with my sisters when you bellowed for me, and didn't feel like abandoning them so abruptly. They still mourn the loss of your brothers." Darius heaved a sigh. "They aren't dead, Mother." "They might as well be. To stay on Earth, fornicating with human females and pursuing other hedonistic activities. Too busy, even, to pay Ravenscroft a visit." She paused, shaking her head. "It's enough to break a mother's heart." Darius rubbed his head. It was the same old argument. "They're grown men. They're entitled to live however and wherever they want." He couldn't help wondering whether his brothers had felt the spell. Where exactly were Adrian and Tane, Kaelin and Hunter? Had they abandoned their new lifestyles to answer the summoning? "No matter how misguided their choices might be," he added, because defending his brothers was not going to make Sekhmet more sympathetic to his request. "I, on the other hand, am very aware of my duties and responsibilities, which is why I summoned you. There's trouble on Earth. I've been called." "What?" He was relieved to hear the alarm in her voice. "But you're still here." "My body is bound to my life essence. You know that as long as you wear that orb around your neck, I can't leave." She seemed to relax. "Good." She held out her hand, and he took it, helping her to rise and step off the dais. "Shall we dine?" "What?" He let go of her hand, surprised. "Didn't you hear what I said? There's trouble on Earth. I need to leave." Irritation crossed her face. "You're needed here." He stared at her in disbelief. "For what?" She continued walking to the doorway that led into the dining hall, but seeing that he was no longer following her, she was forced to stop and look at him. "Really, Mother," he pressed before she could say anything. "Ravenscroft is not exactly a hotbed of demons."